Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And the title of this lesson is going to be A False Balance is an Abomination to the Lord. Alright, so in this truth, you have to understand that this is a race, okay, and it's a race of endurance. Alright, and races of endurance require balance. Okay, you have to find your center line, and meaning you have to find your pace in this truth. Okay, you can't overexert yourself and you tire yourself out and wear yourself out until you collapse and fall away, and you can't underexert yourself and not put yourself in position to be successful. Okay, here it is on the last go around, and you're still got full energy, but you're not putting forth no effort. Okay, so at the end of that race, you lose. Okay, so again, understanding that this is about endurance, is about balance. Okay, not every man's center line is the same, so you have to find your center line. You have to find out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you need to cut out, what you need to do and add on. Okay, and it's a constant evaluation of yourself. Okay, examining yourself. Okay, being around brothers that can get the best out of you. Okay, because they can see if you're lacking somewhere. You can go for advice. That's why you have the men doing videos out here in the highways and byways and on the internet. Okay, to exhort. Okay, so that you can find your plan that works for you as far as being successful in this truth. Okay, and it goes by you finding your pace. Okay, it's not to the swift, not to the strong. Okay, it's about endurance. Okay, so I'm gonna start here in Proverbs 11, verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord Yahawah, but a just weight is his delight. Just weight. Okay, balance. Okay, not too much here, not enough here. Okay, right in the center. Okay, and then again, every man's center is not the same, because every man has different gifts. Every man doesn't have the same measure. Okay, so you have to work upon the measure that you have been given. Okay, not doing too much where you burn out. Okay, you're trying to get too much wisdom, bite off more than what you can chew, pretty much, and you end up getting puffed up. Okay, and then you become unfruitful. Okay, or you're not doing enough and you don't grow. Okay, you're not desiring sincere milk. Okay, you're not growing thereby. Okay, so you have to be your hardest critique, or your hardest critic. Okay, because you're supposed to know yourself the best, because you live in yourself. Okay, you are carrying this vessel, right? And you know what works for you and what does not work for you. Okay, obviously you filter through the scriptures, because it's not obviously we're not doing this in our own out of our own counsel. Okay, there's guidelines the Most High has set for us to measure ourselves. Okay, and here I'm gonna get into some examples. Okay, going into bitterness and sweetness. Okay, so this is Proverbs chapter 25, and I'll read verse 16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. Okay, so honey, okay, sweetness. Okay, this truth is when you first hear it, is very sweet. Okay, you hear about the kingdom of heaven, you hear about Babylon being destroyed. Okay, you hear about Yahawashi returning. All right, you hear about these beautiful, wonderful things, all our people being righteous. Okay, all the other heathen nations going to slavery. All right, us being rulers. All right, and having abundance. Okay, the curses be lifted off upon us, lifted off of us. That's sweet. Okay, But if you're constantly always thinking about the sweet, it's not going to be good for you. Okay, talking spiritually and physically. You eat too much honey, and you're gonna vomit it. Okay, talking spiritually and carnally, physically. All right, you have to eat that is enough for you. If you have too much honey, you might start getting too proud. Okay, thinking that you're already saved, thinking that you're somebody in this truth. Okay, you're such and such reincarnated. All right, when we don't know why we're supposed to be humble and meek. Okay, and lowly. All right, brokenhearted. Okay, we need to be fixed. We need a physician. All right, but if you have too much honey, you might start thinking you're whole. Okay, but you're not. All right. So moving down to 27th verse, Proverbs 25 and 27. It is not good to eat much honey, for men to search their own glory. So for men to search their own glory is not glory. All right. So again, you start getting puffed up. Okay, you start getting puffed up. You think everything's sweet. Okay, and then you start doing your own thing. All right, thinking you're too good for everybody. Okay, the Most High is only dealing with you. This and that, such and such. Okay, everybody should bow down to you. All right, you're trying to get more wisdom. All right, to put yourself on a pedestal. All right, that stuff's gonna get you in trouble. All right, and as you just read it in the 16th verse, you're just gonna vomit it back up. Okay, because you couldn't handle it. Okay, it wasn't sufficient for you. All right, that's not balanced. All right. Again, the point of this lesson, you have to find your center. Okay, really meditating and knowing what goes and what goes and knows. Okay. All right, and you have men set before you to guide you in these things. Okay. So really, there's no excuse. All right. Every brother has a different situation. All right, but you have to constantly adjust in this truth, because things are thrown at you. It's not like your worldly weekly schedule. All right, you have work at 8, you get off at this. All right, the truth can throw all type of curveballs at you. All right, and you have to adjust in a way you can properly maneuver around things like that. Make adjustments like that. Is you have to be balanced. Okay, think about a car. All right, if a car is trying to make a maneuver, all right, and it's not balanced, all right, you're gonna spin out. All right, you'll oversteer or understeer. Okay, you basically just end up losing control. Okay, you have to be grounded. Okay, being able to move. Okay, properly adjust. Okay, being centered. Okay, because a car lower to the ground has a better center of gravity. All right. So moving on to the next precept. This is Sirach chapter 31. All right, going into bitterness. All right, so Sirach 31 and verse 28. Wine measurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind. Okay, so wine used responsibly is good for you, same as honey. Eating honey responsibly is good for you. Okay. Continuing Sirach 31 and 29. But wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind, and brawling and quarreling. All right. So too much is not good for you. Bitterness. All right. Too much bitterness is not good for you. Okay. Talks about that in Hebrews 12th chapter. Okay. Least any root of bitterness spring up trouble you. At least any root of bitterness spring up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Okay, because that like it says, you'll fail from the grace of the Most High. All right, you start counting slackness. All right, you start discouraging other brothers. Smiting them. Bringing them down, telling them, the Most High ain't coming in, this and that. Okay. Because bitterness has taken root inside of you. Okay, you stop one to go out. Ultimately, that fear, you put the fear off. All right, because you're just sick of living a miserable life. Okay, you're sick of suffering for YAHAWASHI. All right, because you let bitterness take root of you. Okay, and as like it says, but wine and drinking with excess make it bitterness of the mind. Okay, you just get consumed in your bitterness in your heart. Okay, making the situation worse than what it really is. Okay, because you in your mind, you just you can't take it no more. Okay, and that's that's and it happens. Okay, it happens to all of us. Too much sweet, too much wine, too much bitterness, too much bitterness and too much sweetness. All right, it happens, but you have to adjust. Okay, and it's about having a strong mind. Is truth. You have to have a strong, sound mind. Okay, or you're not going to be able to get over these kind of things. All right, you're just gonna end up destroying yourself. Okay, and that's just pretty much the point of the lesson. Okay, I'll go back in Proverbs 30th chapter about poverty and riches. Okay, but just enough, just enough for you to be successful. That's all you need. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, just enough. Okay, too much wisdom. You get puffed up and you become proud. Okay, and not enough wisdom, you become a fool and you fall into mischief. Okay, so again, it's a balance. All right, so I'm gonna close out here. This is Proverbs chapter 30 verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. All right, just enough. All right, this is Proverbs 30 and 9. Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. Okay, again, exactly, balance. Okay, just like the precept I opened up with Proverbs 11. Okay, false balance is an abomination. Now you know how the Most High feels about abominations. Okay, so be a just weight in this truth, so that the Most High cannot delight in you. All right, because we have to be fruitful. Okay, grow just enough. All right, not growing too fast, not growing too slow, just enough. Okay, a centimeter a day. All right, just for an example. Okay, not an excuse to just get by. We're supposed to excel. All right, but excel meaning like build off our talents, but going at a pace that you can have a better success rate. Okay, but that's pretty much the point. Really examining yourself and knowing yourself, going with the flow. Okay, following the spirit. Okay, not forcing the course of the river. Doing the things that are gonna better your chances of success in this truth. All right, because the scriptures say, "He that endure to the end shall be saved." Okay, the end. We haven't made it yet. All right, so we have to constantly endure. All right, to the end, like the scriptures say. Okay, then that requires a lot of balance. Okay, a lot of balance. Okay, being rooted, that's balance. Okay, but again, nonetheless, those when it's edifying, and as always, want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Shalom.